welcome back. Today I'm going to show you what is a Markdown file. They're so confusing. They're not. They're really not. Trust. Let's go to RStudios. Let's open it up. You should at this point have a folder with your Titanic dataset or whatever dataset you so deeply desire. We're going to click on RStudios. I'm going to go to File, New File. Right now we're looking at RScript. This is RScript, which is helpful for just, quick little inferences. You want to do a little bit of work real fast, just use that. But let's say maybe you want to work on something a bit bigger. You want to work on an R Markdown. So let's get that done. Oh, it requires installing. No worries, let's do it. Trust me, you want to do it. It's really nice. If you look over here, we're downloading something. So a lot of stuff is going on. It's downloading a lot of stuff. Okay, let's just take a quick view. Any minute now. All right, you know what we're going to call this? We're going to call this our Markdown! Exclamation, because that's our Markdown. What we see is just this random code. All right, let's see what is going on. Oh boy, look, that's data. Oh boy, look, that's a plot of data. What do we notice? We notice that Markdowns can let us do a lot of things all in one window. Right? Let's take it all away. Let's suppose you don't know any of this, right? Let's restart from the beginning. So, let's say let me teach you two ways to accomplish the same thing. Yes, if you notice there's a pattern of this. Right? Hello. Boom. What does this look like? What does this look like? Let's take a look. We're going to visually look at it. Yes, you absolutely want to use visual mode. Oh, it italicized it. Okay. Well, what about if we do that twice? Boom, boom. Hello. Let's take a look. Oh my god, it's bold. Oh my god, wait. You won't believe it. You won't believe it. What if we do 3? What if we do 3? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, it's bolded and italicized. So crazy, so cool. All right, guys. Now here's the part where I really blow your mind. Ever heard of Google Docs? Yep, okay, well watch this. Hello? What I want to do is Command B, Command I, right? Let's make sure you understand exactly what I mean. Let's do Mac, keyboard. Hello? Excuse me. Oh! Whatever, it's good enough. Command, what did I do? Command B, and I did Command I. I for italicize, B for bold. Okay? Let's go back. So, we can bold and italicize our text. This is our important text. There you go. So cool. So, why do we care about this? Well, we like coding. We like coding as a data scientist, statisticians. So what I would like you to do is understand how do we get these coding chunks over here. If you recall from earlier, we had these coding chunks and we ran it, and it showed us some things. It showed us a plot, and it showed us, a summary, right? We're going to go to Insert. We're going to go to Executable Cell, and we're going to go to R. Oh, wouldn't you believe it? You could just use a command to do this. Boom, boom, boom. All right? I prefer just to do it this way. So let's just do it like that. So this is our basically our place to write code. Let's say we have A. I want to assign A to 1 and B to 2. Right? And what I would like to do is run it. Whoa! It's in a global environment. Wait, does that mean we could work with it? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And you wouldn't believe it. 1 plus 2 is, in fact, 3. All right? So, let's suppose we are working on a big old project, right? We're working with a big project, and we need to be a little bit organized. I need to add a title here. I'm going to call this my title. And this is my subtitle. And I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go to normal, and I'm going to go to header 1. This is my subtitle. Whoa! Now we got an outline. And this is our subtitle. Alright, we're going to highlight that again. I'm going to click header 3. Kaboom. If you notice there's commands, I recommend memorizing these commands. Just memorize commands. It makes your life so much easier. You're so much faster. All right? However, there is one bad practice over here. Actually, there are two. This is actually, we'll just focus on the main bad practice over here. Okay? We need to label stuff. We need to know. Suppose you have like 100 chunks, right? You have like 100 chunks, and you're looking for the exact chunk that you wrote some sort of code in. This is C, and this is D. You can imagine it can get really messy. It can start to look really messy, and it can get really hard to find things. When you don't have labels, it gets really bad. So this is going to be label 1. Okay? And when we look at this, we want to include it. So I want to include this code. Okay? Include equals true. Let me show you each. This is going to be label 2, and I'm going to do include equals false. So you see what that does. I'm going to do, in fact, even one more. Insert console, and this is going to be D. This is going to be, whoa, sorry. It's going to be D, and this is going to be E. Okay. We're going to run this code, run this code, run this code, and run this code. So label 2, label 3, and we want to do echo equals true. All right. Label 4, I'm going to do echo equals false. So now we have all the combinations. So what does this actually end up looking like? Well, suppose we want to share our file, right? Right now we have the output acceptable to be in HTML, so let's do that. Let's go to HTML. This is our practice. Okay. Now we have this save file. Whoa, we just knitted it. Wait, that's weird. That's strange. Let's put these side by side. Okay. So let's look. Let's look at what is going on. Let's make it so we don't really have so much distractions. All right. So we have our variables A, B, C, D, and we have these argument include. Include means I want to include it in the output. If you notice, the code is here. A, B, right? A, B, and it's there. Okay. In fact, if we do A, B, maybe this will actually be a little bit more helpful. Let's redo this. This will be a little bit more descriptive for you. Again, we just click knit. All right. Let's bring it over here. All right, let's take a look. So first things first. If you notice, it included both the code and the output. Okay. Include false. This one only. This one only takes it away. It doesn't want to include it. So suppose you want to write some code that you don't want anyone else to see. You're just writing it for yourself. You put include equals false. Okay? And let's say you want to echo. What does echo mean? Right? Echo means A, B, C, D, D. We want to show this in the output. Right? So this is very similar to include. Except suppose we put echo is false. That means, hey man, all I want is the output. I don't want you to see the code I wrote. I just want you to see the result of my code. In the future, you'll find why that is so helpful. Right? So let's suppose you're so proud of this project. Yes, our Markdown, I'm so proud. So what we want to do is publish it. Let's go back, right? We clicked on publish. We're publishing. Yes, we're going to need to download some things. Right? We want to publish it on our pubs. We want to publish it there. So we click publish. Now we're over at the RPub site. Let me create an account. My name, give me a second. This is, I believe, I'm trying to make sure I keep some consistency. Swag the coolest. Swag the coolest. And then swag the coolest at gmail.com. And let me figure out what I want to put the password as. All right, let's have some consistency. I may have mistyped out. We'll see. We'll find out together. Yeah, I was right. Oh no! Oh no! Sorry, I'm only human. Do I just have the fattest fingers in the world? I'm so sorry. I'm so deeply sorry. All right, we're good now. We're going to label the document, and we're going to say our markdown, and then this is an example of how to use a markdown. All right, continue. And now you've just published something for the first time. If you ever heard of GitHub, this is sort of similar to GitHub, except for statisticians. Sort of, you can just publish your work really easily, and in fact, you can even share it as a link. You could send it to one of your friends, which, if we notice, I have none. And there you go. Here is how we use a markdown, and this is how include works, how echo works, and doing really good practices. I hope that helps, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.